Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, we saw how combative yet enjoyable last season's series was. Two very excellent teams going at it.
Both these teams are beneficiaries of tremendous coaching. Both have high hopes for the season. I expect to see a chess match tonight.
5 on the clock. From deep, Sarr sinks the tray. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
And finished off by Bull.
I'll tell you this, Kevin Durant is an underrated passer, and he has really shown a new level where that's concerned.
Trent outside. Johnson on the wing. Pass to Sarr. Misses the layup.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Inside. The kick to Durant. Beyond the arc. Minnesota with a rebound. Just over a minute and a half in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And so it's Boston with it. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's DiVincenzo. And so far he's averaging 7 points a game. That one's good. Oh.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Trent from long range. Drills it from deep.
Gary Trent with the response from 3. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Outside, DiVincenzo goes up on the wing. Again, Boston.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Cunningham looking it over. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Such an energetic play from Cunningham, going right up for the slam.
Outside, DiVincenzo. The three ball. And again, Boston with the triple.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Out to the wing. From deep, Sarr. Bull grabs the board.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Trent with it. Caruso covers. Miller can't get it to go.
I'm sure if he had the chance to do that possession over again, he would not have taken the shot.
Pass to Durant. Over Johnson. Durant, no good.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Cunningham outside. Trent outside. Launches it. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Trent's got 6.
No hesitation whatsoever from Trent Jr. His mind is always thinking shot.
Quickly with the ball. Picked up by Cunningham. And the foul on Gary Trent. That's his first foul.
Trent Jr. First personal foul. First team foul.
And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Quickly with the ball. Pass to Misi. Shot clock at 6.
Outstanding defensive awareness from the rookie. Sarr is just proving how effective he is on this end.
Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Now here's Quickly. Still without a bucket. Here's Holland. Cunningham with some nice D. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Out to the right wing. Outside Johnson. Cunningham outside. Out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball. So it's Boston now. Trailing by 2. Quickly outside. Pass to Livers. Fires in the triple.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's Cunningham. 5 points in the game. Trent outside. Lets the 3 fly. Boston pulls it in. Down low. Here's Holland. Rebounded by Johnson. 1:36 left to the first quarter here. Cunningham with the ball. Now Quickly defending. Miller outside. Pass to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Driving inside. Count it. And the Timberwolves lead by 1. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Now here's Williams. Yet to see a basket. Trent outside. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Oh, you love to see Gary Trent Jr. put it on the deck, slice through the defense off that drive. Stop it, Gary.
To the wing on the left. Here's Holland. Soft touch off the glass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And here's Minnesota now. Pass to Sarr. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Sarr's gotten his second bucket on the night. Celtics trail by 3. Outside, Williams. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Both teams are hot. Woo. This is a fun one to watch.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Cunningham outside. Back to Trent. He got it up. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Tie game in Boston. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second.
The Timberwolves 20.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
Here's Sarr. Here's Miller. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Cunningham. Miller outside, over to the wing, and here's Shepard for 3, and the three-pointer goes. Shepard's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Here's Durant. Ooh, the defense just making it easy for Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, you allow him a path to the cup, look out.
And here's Cunningham. 5 points in the game. Pass to Miller. Here's Shepard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cunningham with the ball. Durant covering. And here's Toppin from the arc. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And Doris, when you think about Kevin Durant, certainly a prolific scorer, but that's not the whole story.
What I love the most, I think, BA, about Kevin Durant is how much he loves playing the game of basketball. His availability is never in question as long as there is some measure of health. The work he puts in consistently, anyone who's ever seen his routine, teammates, coaches, front office staff, they are in awe of the commitment to his craft.
Boston on offense, trailing by 2. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Cunningham. A reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Durant with it. Portis picks him up. The kick to Durant. Easy money for KD inside.
We call that the ultimate high percentage look for one of the most efficient scorers ever. KD in the house.
Out to Portis. Toppin outside. Minnesota again missing.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Bagley. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Substitution on the court.
And so Dinwiddie will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Pass to Shepard to snap the cold streak. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. Shepard's got 5 points in the quarter. Durant looking around. Now DiVincenzo. Off target from three-point range. Dinwiddie outside. And he makes it. And now a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie can make an impact in the painted area. He's got size at the position.
Here's Bull. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Dinwiddie with it. Guarded now by Bull. To the wing, right side. And it's Shepard missing. Outside Jones. Pass to Durant. Back to Jones. Takes a three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
And Dinwiddie, here we go. And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it. And the Timberwolves making a change here.
Timberwolves substitution.
Boston trailing. Quickly outside. From downtown, Sarr pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Now Dinwiddie. Pass to Shepard. To the inside. 6 to shoot. Dinwiddie outside. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Here's Holland. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. Just speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
Well, also, guys, what a start from beyond the arc. A huge part of their game today. That's going to help their spacing.
Johnson for 3. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Yeah, good floor recognition from Sarr. Encouraging to see him working on his passing like this.
To the middle.
A beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Here's Dinwiddie. And the express. Not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
And Boston has possession. Following the score by Minnesota. Quickly. Williams from long range. Minnesota in the lead. Johnson on the wing. There's a minute 26 left in the second period. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And some changes here for the Celtics. And Boston has possession. Pass to Durant. Gets stolen by Johnson. Dinwiddie outside. Now here's Johnson. Here's Sarr. And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. Gets the three to fall. Dinwiddie's got 7 points.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Oh, no good. A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Shepherd. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dinwiddie. Cole grabs the board. Celtics trail by 6. Now here's Durant. 7 points in the game. And it's slammed in by Durant.
He had a huge height advantage there and did not mess around.
Here's Dinwiddie. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Coaches talk about ending quarters well. You cannot do it better than that.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Now here's Cunningham. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Johnson inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Misi. Kicks it to Quickly. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Trent.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Williams. First personal foul. First team foul.
Cunningham outside. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to Trent. Miller outside. Buries it from 3. And now it's an 11-point Minnesota lead.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Williams from long range. Second shot opportunity. Shots blocked.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Outside Johnson. Oh, the block just stops it cold and takes possession. Here's Livers. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. These are his first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Pass to Sarr. Cunningham up top. 5 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Johnson's got 10.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Pass to Trent. Outside Johnson. And here's Cunningham. Trent outside. The 3. Holland with a rebound. Celtics trail by 12. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Minnesota leading by 12.
Hey, yo, right here.
Cunningham outside. Outside Johnson. Pass to Trent. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Here's Sarr. Oh, it's blocked by Bull. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I love big guards, and Cunningham using the size to perfection.
Good on the second one. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Durant has the open look. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Durant's got 13 now.
Kevin Durant just understands how to find the open spots on the floor. His scoring line, proof of him getting to the efficiency we always look to.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The Timberwolves lead by 9. Trent outside. Fires for 3. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. 11 points in the game.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 9 points in the game. Trent outside. Miller right side. Clock at 6. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
He knew he had to take it up strong. David dunking on Goliath.
Durant inside. 13 points in the game. Here's Bull. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And he can get that shot anytime. He really can shoot over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Bull. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Pass to Trent. The 3 is up. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his 3rd foul so far. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. On defense, the Celtics. It's a 13-point game.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
Outside, Williams. Here's Livers. Another one falls for Boston.
When the defense gives you room, take it. Don't pass up the shot.
Dinwiddie with it. Now quickly defending. And here's Toppin from the arc. Yeah. Yes. And a nice assist from Dinwiddie.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Pass to Livers. Tries the spin move. Scores off the spin. Livers got 8.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Now here's Portis. Back to Dinwiddie. Toppin outside. Jacks up a 3. Boston pulls it in. Pass to Holland. Here's Livers. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Miller on the wing. 5 points in the game. Trent for 3. Knocks down the triple. Trent's got 9 points here in the second half.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes. They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Now here's Dinwiddie. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Pass to Trent. There's a screen by Toppin. Just 5 to shoot. To the right side. 3-pointer. Holland with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And that one is stuffed right through.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Toppin outside. Back to Dinwiddie. Lets it go from deep. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Here we go, fans. Time to make some noise for Boston.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Substitution on the court.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. A big-time effort for Gary Trent Jr., providing a lot of energy for Minnesota. What a game from deep.
65.
And there have been 2. Very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Celtics trail by 16. For 3, DiVincenzo. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Shepard. Pulls it from 20. Jones grabs the board.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Here's Durant. KD out here flexing on people.
Well, this is what makes Kevin Durant maybe the greatest all-around scorer in the game today. Equal proficiency from every spot on the floor.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Pass to Sarr. Fires the 3.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
For 3, Durant. It falls again. He's now 8 for 12 from the floor.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Here's Thibault. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Cunningham outside. Back to Thibault. From 17. Rebound Boston.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Right side Durant. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Cunningham with the ball. There's a screen by Toppin. Kate. Cunningham with the flush.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. Pass to Sarr. The 3 is up. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
3.
And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
There's still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Durant's shot is off.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Toppin outside. And here's Shepard for 3. Bull grabs the board.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Here's DiVincenzo. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Both teams will make substitutions. Trent outside. 4-3. Minnesota again missing.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Misi. The jump hook. The shot off that time.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
Stolen by Caruso. Here's Misi. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Boston on offense. They're on a 13-5 run. Caruso outside. On the wing, Durant. Out to DiVincenzo. Let's go with a three. Rebounded by Johnson.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Cunningham outside. Out to Portis. Trent outside. From outside the arc. Book it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Celtics entertainment.
Celtics trail by 11.
Timeout.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Someone once again for Celtics entertainment.
Here's Durant. Pass to Caruso. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
The Timberwolves lead by 11. And here's Miller. Outside Johnson. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And here's Cunningham. Trent outside. Pass to Sarr. Boston pulls it in. Outside Bull. Stolen by Miller.
2 minutes remaining in the
It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Cunningham. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cunningham's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that nice steal was able to get their break going in a hurry.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
Pass to Trent. Back to Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Johnson. Shoots over DiVincenzo. No good there, off the double clutch. Celtics trail by 15.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Timberwolves.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And they played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And no question this was a team effort, but you have to love how big a night this was for Gary Trent Jr.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Minnesota.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they moved the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
The Timberwolves lead by 11. And an intentional foul right there.
Personal foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
Team foul. At the line.
And so he hits both. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. The three, Durant. They get it back. Over Toppin. Durant, no good. And Minnesota with possession here. At one point, they led by 16. Outside Thibault. Dinwiddie, right side. And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Boston ball.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. The three, DiVincenzo. Dinwiddie with a rebound. And here's Dinwiddie. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 13-point lead. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That'll get him his fourth foul of the game. Due to the bonus, we will head to the line for two. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that'll do it, folks.